Just an amazing man of God, Jordan Wilcox. How are you, sir?
It's so good to be here.
We're holding hands.
That's warm.
Just to gather together here today.
I thought I ran
I
hot.
thought I'd start with a prayer. Just
I hope not.
If you could grab the hand of the person next to you.
We are.
And just, we're going to open in something so
All three of us are holding right
I
now.
hope not.
Yeah. I'd just like to say this is a memorial to Jimothy Buffet.
That's right.
May your cheeseburgers always be in paradise.
Yes.
And it is always 5 o'clock somewhere, my friend.
Come on.
A dedication.
And that is true.
just
Episode
performed.
247 is called 5 o'clock somewhere, and it is all about Jimmy Buffett.
And we're going to name this Triple Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Triple cheeseburger
What do
in
you think?
paradise. Come on. I love that. Was that his favorite meal?
No idea. I don't know anything about the man. That's why I tuned into your part.
That's right. We're drinking his favorite drink right now, which is coconut water, dark rum, and lime. And you would think it would be a margarita, like Jordan said earlier.
Yeah.
But he was an all-day partaker, and that's why we think this is what he drank.
Yeah, you got to get your hydration in somewhere. And if your whole image is drunk,
Right.
like retired drunk,
Right.
Yeah.
you got, you
God
can't
willing.
really-
We're hoping to get there someday.
yeah, we'll all be at the villages.
That's what Patreon is for. Patreon.com/FMOFM podcast. Help us get to all-day drinkers.
Let's
Yeah.
go. What is going on?
What's up, man?
Oh, just loving life.
I'm so happy to be here. I've brought some headlines.
Okay.
But we were talking about something on break that I'd like to bring up. Now, this could sound insensitive. Do you think the Villages was experiencing, when Jimmy Buffett died, the same feeling that New Yorkers felt on 9/11?
Oh.
Equal to, yeah, they definitely put the flags at half-mast.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Is it mast with a T? Or I thought it was two S's. Mast.
No, that's Catholic Mass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mass like shooting.
You've been indoctrinated so long.
I
in
think it's
the,
very similar though.
yeah.
When Jimmy passed, it was one of those things where I was I didn't read the news or hear the news. I was driving down the Interstate 4 and all the cars were pulled over with their brights on and hazards on.
Of course, yeah.
And I had no idea what was going on. I thought they were just moving that away from me, like it was a storm coming, or maybe they thought I was the
Yeah, there
president.
was a depression storm.
And it was they had all her on the radio on Power Pig. They announced that Jimmy Buffett had passed.
93.3. I heard it on MJ and BJ morning show too.
Yeah, right.
Power Pig. No, awkwardly enough, I was at Ling's
Okay.
buffet. And I
Oh
was-
yes.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and I was having their special called the Jimmy.
Ah,
I
the
was
Jimmy
like-
Buffett.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, is that why this happened?
No, you thought you caused it.
Yeah, that was the perfect storm.
No, he
You know?
died peacefully with his family. It wasn't your fault.
Well, yeah, it might have been.
But it was massive for our state, though,
I sent him a
because
dirty tweet.
you sent Jimmy a dirty
Yeah, with that picture. So I figured that's what sent him over the edge.
the night before.
Yeah.
You make it on his memorial reel. It's just showing live tweets of people like caring about him. And it's
Yeah, and it's me ripping a parrot in half.
No.
Well, it wasn't a GIF; it was just a still image. So
Right,
it could have
yeah.
been anything.
Yes.
true. Great. Well, I've got some headlines if
Yeah,
you guys want to go through
absolutely.
it. So in memoriam, I
Okay.
kind of wanted to break this up a few different ways.
All right.
So I've got some different themes. I know people have been coming on being like, hey, this is the theme I'm going with. I just want to state that I started that.
And they've also been bringing gifts.
Yeah. Well, believe me, my presence is a gift.
There we go.
That's right. And you did start that, though. That
Yeah.
you started
did.
the themed headlines.
Yeah.
It just makes it easier in the sense that there's a lot of crazy things happening here, but it seems like the person that comes on before me gets all the good ones, and then I'm like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
chop, chop liver.
So you're bringing them from all ages, all eras, you're saying.
Well, they've all got a theme.
Okay.
So we're gonna start in Florida, but we're gonna start on September 1st, 2023.
Phew.
Which,
Okay.
as we all know, that was the day that Jimmy Buffett passed away.
That's right.
And I would like to state how I don't believe that these men knew that he was dying while they were committing this crime,
Okay.
because they would
Oh.
never do this.
'Cause it wasn't
was
out
a
of
true Floridian.
remembrance.
No, but it did happen the same day. So it's like I got arrested the day that Jimmy died.
I see what you're saying.
And let me
Okay.
tell you, it's not 5 o'clock in jail. So
No, it's
No,
always
they
9:30.
Skip that
Yes.
hour.
Great. So we have a South Florida man videotaped catching gator with bare hands, faces felony charges.
Okay.
Yeah, but why?
That's why I always ask, man. When I hear these headlines right
know.
away, I'm like, I don't understand what's so illegal about this.
Yeah, is it in your zone? Then get out of my zone.
Yeah.
Well, You guys know, if you're from Florida or
Yeah.
lived here long enough, you know that when Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation
Oh,
Commission
no.
comes into play,
Yeah.
it is no longer a joke. It is no longer funny.
Nope.
You're facing serious prison time.
They're the scariest cops.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
animal cops,
Yeah.
like that. They
Yeah.
are the scariest
cops,
ones,
yeah.
dude.
Did you get them when you got bit by a bobcat?
I had the lower tier.
Lower tier. Okay.
Yeah, because mine came out and they go, we're going to catch it. Don't worry. And then they said a trap that was 8 inches by 8 inches.
That's right.
And they put Fancy Feast inside.
Oh, so your dogs got in?
Yeah, my dog's head got in.
He had to
And
keep releasing his dogs.
And
from
I
the
said, I
trap.
don't know if this is going to attract it. Is there a meat that's similar to my thumb meat?
Yes.
And they go, yeah, the Fancy Feast.
They're like, we don't have any wagyu.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this guy's name is Brian Bunting.
Yes.
So great,
Big
great
kick
name.
fan.
Yeah. So this is his statement because they videotaped the whole thing,
Okay.
Yeah.
and he goes, "You guys ever seen someone get bit by an alligator before?" Question mark.
Okay.
So the video opens with this.
Yeah,
That's
Look-
a good YouTube
Is he,
opener.
is he
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
shirtless?
right.
No, they're fishing. So
Oh,
no,
okay.
they were both. I think they're in waders. So,
Okay.
Ew.
but look at this one right here. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Says Brian Bunting as the video begins. Florida law says it's illegal to kill, possess, or capture an alligator without a permit.
That is true.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But
Yeah.
we're getting into true semantics here because no permit should ever stop you from doing anything that God has put on this earth.
Right.
Oh,
or God's
oh.
called you to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
Wow.
God's called you
This is such
to,
a broad rule, though. I feel like it could be misinterpreted.
I don't
That's
think.
the government and how we operate in life. So I don't know what.
No,
Yeah.
I think
You
the
got a problem now?
Constitution should be.
Whatever's under God's sunshine, I can do.
Right.
It just feels broad.
That you know those sovereign citizens.
Yeah.
They
My
get pulled-
favorite.
Like that's like their opening statement.
Yeah.
Whatever's under God's sunshine, I can do.
Can you imagine if we all pivoted to sovereign citizen?
I could get there.
My tabs are expired right now, so yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
sovereign
I'm
mode.
traveling. I'm
Yeah.
not driving.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's not to go off on a tangent. It's like my least favorite demo.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because they like don't have a license. They're like and they won't get even if they had one, they won't give it to you. They just like
And they can't comprehend.
It's just like uptight whites. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's just like privilege in a nutshell of like I'm just gonna tell this cop no to everything and
God.
then claim that
I
I'm
could
gonna
go on about uptight whites.
yeah.
I went to Marshall's on a Wednesday at 10 a.m.
uptight whites.
Uptight
Wow.
whites. Yeah.
every time.
I love that your job allows you to go to Marshall's at 10 a.m. on a
It was a personal trip. Thank you. it was for medicine to save my life.
That's right. He gets his insulin from Marshall's.
Yeah, this whole Ozempic thing is really taking a toll on me, so I had to figure out. Yeah. Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods all carry insulin.
Hey, whatever fits in the time frame.
Okay, so
That's
this guy he gets arrested for handling the gator.
No, so I'm going to go into a little bit of transcription of the video because I figured we're on an audio podcast.
Yes,
I'm not
please,
gonna play
please.
a video
My
for
man.
you. But I will play this with hopefully, I'll play all characters here. So just sit with me for a second.
Okay.
Here, here, here. Grab his neck right now. Grab him, grab him, grab him.
Is 50 Shades of Grey or is it
Yeah.
the
Parentheses, laughter. Please don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
Okay. Better grab his tail. That exploitative, which I think he was probably saying fucker. Oh,
Well, hello. Okay.
so sorry. I do apologize.
Yeah.
I really am upset because I know that Wayne is going to have to edit that part out. Will slap you with that tail and it will hurt.
Okay.
Okay.
Look. Get his jaws like that. Okay. Period. Get his tail. Period. Get a pick. Period. Sounds like my prom night.
Get his
Nope.
Are you
No.
sure this wasn't like a Jan 6
Yeah. We're
transcription?
Oh.
well. I'll finish off with, and that is how you catch a gator by hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Bunting says in video. So I just wanted to be able to explain that to you guys because I knew that you probably weren't going to watch the video.
Okay, so
yeah, I got to tell you, the lesson wasn't very thorough. It's no like Wiki Village or whatever it's called.
well, no, I'm just wondering. Like, I still, I mean, I understand what the Florida law says, but this guy, like,
You
he
can't touch one?
did he take the gator home?
No, well, the thing is that it ends with, according to the arrest report, Bunting told officers they both knew not to mess with alligators, but caught it for fun.
Also, he references that he's done it before in the
Yeah, I was gonna
transcript.
say, I think the video is probably what is the most incriminating. If he
Yeah.
hadn't filmed himself doing it, they wouldn't be in
Yeah.
trouble.
That
or
is
if he hadn't done it.
yeah,
Right? True.
Yeah.
Yes.
true. But that is the problem with our generation. They're like, I
Isn't
would
it?
like to incriminate myself online.
Yeah,
You know
Yeah.
who
which is a
started that?
blessing.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
I genuinely think
When he
Jack,
shot himself.
yes, but when Jackass came out and people
Oh,
started
you can't say that.
filming themselves for clout.
What?
You can't say that.
Oh, JA.
sorry.
When JA
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
out and people started like filming themselves for clout, like I
Yeah.
think that was like the beginning of people
Mhm.
just incriminating themselves
Yeah.
accidentally.
Yeah. I mean, we'd be a lot better off without video cameras. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big fan before JA of Tom Green and Andy
Oh,
Milonakis.
yes. The Tom
Yeah.
Green Show.
Yep, big fan.
Great.
Canadian.
And the Andy Milonakis Show.
Yeah.
Great names.
Yeah.
Great show.
Great
One's
shows.
Canadian. One has a age degenerate shoe
I guess so.
or genetic.
Yeah,
Which one's which?
you never know.
Tom Green.
Yeah. I mean, that does look like it. Okay. So that is it for story number 1. So the thematic behind that is what was happening when Jimmy Buffett passed away.
Oh wow, some guy was molesting a gator, and there's signs that say "Don't molest a gator."
That's true. There are signs that say that.
True.
Yeah.
So all these headlines happened the day he passed away.
That
That one.
so
This is a theme.
yeah,
I can't
thematically,
with this
I've
guy.
changed it for every single.
Oh, gotcha.
For all 3.
Okay, so the day the music died, this
Yes.
guy
Yeah.
kidnapped alligator.
Oh, yes.
Gotcha.
That was a great one-liner.
Thank you.
So I wanted to go back. So everyone thinks Jimmy Buffett. We're talking the Keys. We're talking all these great places,
Yeah.
Right.
mainly Florida. My man is from Mobile,
Beal?
Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to grab a headline from Alabama that really related to his clientele. And so I will start with this. Man ejected from church on Easter Sunday after ex-wife complains.
His ex-wife complained that he was at church.
No, I would just say most of Jimmy Buffett's parrot fans are on their second to third partner marriage-wise.
Right.
Oh,
So I thought I might
yes.
as well
A
grab an
hundo.
ex scenario.
Yes. Okay.
Which also, who doesn't love to praise a little bit? I mean, besides Josh.
Yeah,
no, I mean,
no.
I typically take a praise break every 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah. That makes sense. So we can
Yeah.
record podcasts and then praise break.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like laying in a hammock is the same as what you guys are doing. But
Agreed.
True. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to kind of hit on this because, I mean, who doesn't love to go to church?
Me.
Who doesn't love to hang out with your ex-wife?
Me. I know. I hang out with my ex-wife.
Nice. Well, this Birmingham lawyer was ejected from Church of the Highlands on Sunday after attending an Easter Sunday worship service when his ex-wife complained that he was in violation of a court order. He goes,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you get the
Okay.
best of
Yeah.
us. He
Court
goes-
orders I know about too.
yeah, you do.
Okay. Let's go.
Because
And I
you're
still
the
hang out with my
victim.
ex.
I'm the victim.
Yeah. May the roles be reversed.
Yeah.
He states, I just went to Easter Sunday to worship Jesus at the church.
Okay.
Barr told AL.com, I've got 10 policemen in my face searching me. I was sitting on the couch. I was on my way out. I got a text from a friend, so I sat down to read it.
Okay.
Great. Awesome.
It
But
sounds like he's in the.
he does have a restraining order against this woman.
Yep.
They do say he was very professional and polite, which kind of gives me a statement of what is happening in Alabama because I looked up like the craziest stories about Alabama, and we got man kicked out of Church of the Highlands for hanging out with his ex-wife. That was kind of the best I
That's
had
the
in that
best?
moment.
And what's funny is like I feel like if you had asked me what states could compete with Florida, I would have put Alabama on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
No. I think I'd go. I think we have Louisiana is always going to be an issue because of Mardi Gras.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
And
yeah,
then Mississippi's too rural. I would say probably next up is Tennessee. I would
question.
go, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt,
No
but
worries.
as a non-church going
Yeah.
man,
Mm-hmm.
if two X's
Yes.
are in there,
Yes.
the one that calls the law, are they further away from what God wants them?
Okay.
Doesn't God want like a forgiving spirit?
Right. Right.
God
And
does
then, like-
not love snitches.
Yes, that's
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't he say something about it?
Mm-hmm.
He does. God does not deal with tattlers.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
He says that actually in
Tattle once.
tattle once, shame on you.
Yeah.
Tattle twice, you're not gonna tattle again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's out of the book of Matthew.
Yeah.
I thought I recognized it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mark and Luke because they're all
So Mobile, that's the best they had was a church ejection.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense though that he decided to leave and come down to the Keys. But
Did he?
yeah,
That guy did?
No, Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett. It makes sense. He got out.
okay.
Yeah.
I, thought,
I wanted to
wow,
share
what
something
a
from Alabama
tie-in.
though.
Yeah.
He
I
was
was like-
raised in Mobile.
Yeah, he grew up there. It's a port town. It's a cool
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a port town?
I'm getting a shake from the audience that it is not a port town.
It's not. It's inland.
I'm pretty sure it's
Inland.
Why did you add port
I
town
think it's
to
heavily
it?
landlocked.
Because it stated that Jimmy Buffett's grandfather worked at the ports, and that's why they were in
it was,
Alabama.
it was
Yeah.
a 3-hour commute.
Yeah.
Can Alabama
No.
get you to a
It's-
port? Is there
He
any?
worked at Pier 1 Imports. That's what you were thinking. Yeah.
I
that
used to
makes
park
sense.
in that parking lot when I worked at the mall.
Oh, it's a good
and
spot.
never went into one, but I was always so intrigued. I
It
just
was overpriced.
I just don't think I ever. I think at 17 I wasn't thinking like, how do I decorate my home?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what's wrong with you.
Well, you're also not like a middle-aged white woman. So like that's like I think that's
You
like
weren't then. You
Yeah,
are
that's
now.
the
One
demo.
can dream.
Right.
Yeah. Hold on. So they said that he handled it in a professional manner.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and that's
I
it.
just wanted to share it. show
Okay,
that.
he didn't get arrested because.
No, but that's an honest Jimmy Buffett fan though. You know,
It is.
understood that he couldn't go to church and worship Jesus because
his
church
wife-
is in your heart.
That's right.
church is in your heart and you have a 50-foot restraining order against your wife. So
Yeah, sit on the other side of the room.
No, you got.
No. You ever
you
been
can
to the
be-
Highlands?
You can throw stuff 50 feet.
Yeah, I think. Well,
Speak
no,
for yourself.
A
the
javelin?
thing is that feet
True.
does not become an issue once you enter the same private establishment.
Okay.
You guys are now sharing shelter,
Oh,
which is
okay.
if you're outside of
forebode.
Winn
it
Dixie,
goes by the Google Map method. So
Yes.
if you're in the parcel,
yes.
Yeah, you're
I get it.
partial's a great term. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, if you're ever to shelter in place, whoever filed the restraining order,
Wins.
they get to stay. You have to go out.
That sucks.
yeah,
So I'm gonna file a restraining order against everybody.
true.
So I just get world dominance.
wow.
yeah.
This
I mean,
guy,
if you
king
could
of the
get a
hill.
judge
Thank
to
you.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It does have to be.
I can
court
grease
ordered.
them wheels.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, I mean that's how our government works.
One of those Trump judges would do it.
Hang
Oh,
on.
for sure. He's like, that's a great idea. Hey, brother, you're on to something.
Heck yeah.
Great. And then what I wanted to end with is what I come to figure out is that I believe Margaritaville follows the same laws that Disney does,
Right.
where I spent probably 45 to an hour searching for crimes that have happened inside of a Margaritaville.
Oh.
Whether it is a hotel, whether it is a restaurant, whether it is an all-inclusive resort,
Right.
whether it is a airport lounge, nothing. We're
Huh,
talking this man has got
really?
a plethora of places you could commit a crime.
Okay.
Not a single one I could find where man or woman or non-binary person
Yep.
has committed said crime inside of a Margaritaville, which goes, have you ever been to a Margaritaville?
There's
Yeah.
crime happening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
They're doing that same thing, like where no one's ever died on Disney property.
Yeah.
They have been
You
carted
clench your
out.
chest at Disney, and they got you in a helicopter.
yeah,
Yeah. And once
You've
you're over
died
once you're over I-4, you expire.
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people have died in Kissimmee. Let's just
Yeah.
put
So
it that
nobody
way.
died out of Margaritaville.
No, there's nothing happening out of Margaritaville. But what I did find out is that there is a $57 million loan on the Times Square location of Margaritaville, which is 15 stories. We're talking 8 bars, 3 pools in New York City, Times Square.
Why?
They have a $57 million loan that they're defaulting on right now that they could hit bankruptcy.
Okay.
That's
That's
not what
okay.
that's not what we're celebrating here.
Yeah, no.
But
Jimmy wouldn't.
I do just want to state something that I found very insane. It says in May the hotel was appraised and valued somewhere between $266 and $350 million.
Oh my gosh.
But the reason for possible foreclosure is that it is commercially unreasonable to rent to anyone else.
Wow.
Because they've made so many changes to the
I
foundation,
don't know. I
guess.
feel
No,
like
no.
a Fuddruckers could get right in
No,
there.
well, the thing is that we've lost all the other big dogs. Hard Rock's not going in
What
there.
about Dave and Brewster's?
Brewster's?
Yeah, it's an ice cream shop, right?
Yeah, it's really
yeah.
good.
You a big D&B guy?
Oh, big D&B guy. Like,
More
I
of a-
like to see it from afar, but I'll never go in one.
Really?
Yeah, I just like that it exists.
I got hooked on playing Deal or No Deal there.
Oh, see, I'm a big Crazy Taxi fan. Hey, fellas.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
So we've got a theme, I guess you could call it.
Jimmy Buffett.
Like I've got it as news first,
Yep.
story later,
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Buffett or alligator.
Come on. I
Oh,
like that.
nice.
It's a quiz.
Let's go.
Okay.
Jordan's in the house. It's time for a quiz.
Jimmy Buffett.
Okay, great man.
And I just want to put this out there. Moat Marine,
Okay.
not a sponsor yet. They have a manatee, and his
Okay.
name is, I thought it was Buffet. Apparently it's Buffett
Yes.
after Jimmy Buffett.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So I just want to say we recognize that and thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you for
Thank
naming
you.
it after our episode
Yes.
that we're doing. Okay. Jimmy Buffett's third album.
Mm-hmm.
It's an album described to some as pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's titled A White Sport Coat and
Mm.
Pink Crustacean.
Nice.
Yeah. It's named this because it's a play on the country song, A White Sport Coat and Pink Carnation
Okay.
by Marty Robbins, a pioneer of outlaw country.
Okay.
That was option one. That wasn't the answer.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's A.
Yeah, I should
Yeah.
frame the question as this is the question. This is the bank of answers.
Yes.
Great.
That would
please.
be the first in the bank of answers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We call that multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, God. Two in the multiple choice.
Bank of answers.
Bank of answers is just
Bank
picture
of
someone
America.
opening a case. For
Okay.
number two. Is because Jimmy hated places with dress codes,
Mm-hmm.
especially fancy ones,
Right.
requiring a jacket.
That's right.
Classic.
So when record execs would require a meeting at one of these places, he would don his hideous white jacket that had a very large and graphic pink crustacean painted on the back.
Oh.
So this is the option number 2.
Option two, yeah.
Okay.
For why Jimmy Buffett named his album A White Sport Coat and a Pink Crustacean.
Okay.
Or is it three? When Jimmy moved from Key West to Austin, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
he was still very broke.
Yeah.
And when he his friend opened his luggage and was unpacking it, he said, "All you have in here is a white sport coat and a pink crustacean."
Okay.
Okay, that was
So
three.
he named his
Yeah.
third album that.
A white sport coat and pink crustacean, or is it number 4 in the bank of answers? It's slang for cocaine that has fallen out of the nose and onto the upper lip. Hey, your pink crustacean is wearing a white sport coat.
I'm going to go with 4.
I want to go with 4 so bad, but I'll go with number 1.
Number 1, let me see. Let me zoom in here.
I couldn't tell you what number 1 was for $500.
It's a play on the country song, A
Yeah.
White Sport Coat and Pink Carnation
Oh man.
by Marty Robbins, a pioneer
Okay.
of outlaw country.
I could have
Nice.
sworn it was cocaine.
Well, hold on. To be fair, Margaritaville didn't come out to his 4th studio album, so you got to understand he really hadn't gotten his sea legs
right.
yet.
So he couldn't really afford cocaine.
Yeah.
No. He was still a journalist.
That's a
for
rich girl's
Billboard.
drug.
That is, yeah. So question 2. It's known that Jimmy would actually change lyrics to his songs
Yep.
when performing them live.
Okay.
Right.
Classic.
One of those is in the famous song, I believe it's Margaritaville,
Mm-hmm.
I blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop top, I broke my leg, had to limp back home. God, I still feel pain. I wish I had some cocaine.
He wrote that?
But that's been gone since early this morning. Go get me a little, is what he would perform live.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Oddly enough, had he been wearing the Haracha, like many of the Rah Murray
it's
of the
Hirashi, but
Golden Canyons, not in this.
okay.
Yeah,
Just one dude.
yeah. Well, there's a thing on it.
Ampersand.
Yeah, and so of the Rah Murray of the Golden Canyons of Mexico, he most likely wouldn't have blown out that flip flop, guys.
I thought you're going in and out of English.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's being said.
These are
Okay.
getting really long.
Rah Murray?
Yeah, no. So the Rah Hip Murray is a race in which the Rah Murray participate,
Okay.
and where the teams they kick their own wooden ball,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes hundreds of miles.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Another ball that's kicked a certain distance is it's a football. It's not connected connected at all. This isn't connected at all. Oh God.
We haven't got to the bank of answers yet, right?
I know,
we haven't
not
even got
even
to the
close.
question yet.
Not even close. So another ball that's kicked a certain distance is a
Okay.
football.
Yes.
But not miles, like the
Yes.
Rough Rock
Right.
In 2009, Buffett wrote new lyrics for his hit song "Fins"
Okay.
Yeah.
for the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, it's a football team.
I see the connection.
you.
Yeah, in which the chorus says, "This is true.
Okay.
Fins to the left, fins to the right."
Mm-hmm.
Now the bank of answers is coming up next.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Does it say fins to the left, fins to the right? We all love to cheer touchdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one for sure.
Is it fins to the left, fins to the right? You're at the only game tonight.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, that makes sense. It sounds better than we like to cheer for touchdowns.
Okay. Okay, so answer B was actually just a mix of all the words. I didn't mean to say that out loud. So answer B is actually, you're at the only game in town.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
So it's fins to the left, fins to the right. You're at the only game in town.
Okay.
So
Answer 3, fins to the left, fins to the right. Kiss my blowhole and say goodnight.
yeah.
Okay, or is it fins to the left, fins to the right? You're in our waters now, and they will turn red when we are done with you.
Jeez.
Okay, so the answers are fins to the left, fins to the right. We all love to cheer touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're at the only game in town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kiss my blowhole and say goodnight.
Right.
Yeah.
You're in our waters now, and they will turn red when we are done with you.
I'm gonna have to go with only game in town.
Okay, so
have to
you
go
think it goes fins to the left, fins to the right.
You're at
You're
the
only
game.
game in town.
Yeah.
Can I hear C or option 3
Yeah.
again?
Fins to the left,
Yeah.
fins to the right. Kiss my blowhole and say goodnight.
Oh,
That's the one.
That's the one.
Dang
Okay.
it, man.
Let me
That's
zoom in.
the
You
one.
didn't sing it for me. I would have
I
chosen.
know.
I would have chosen.
He's a
C.
guest.
Yeah,
You're
sorry.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't sing to main co-hosts.
Let me try to sing part 4 real fast.
Okay.
Fins to the left, fins to the right. The water's gonna turn red when we're done with you.
It's almost there.
Yeah, right?
I think it's the third verse that wraps it all up.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
I
not
see.
played.
Yeah.
So zooming in here, it says, and this was actually not really a pump up song
It's more of
for,
like a.
for the Dolphins. It should have been.
Yeah.
But to hear that you're at the only game in town
Right.
is not encouraging. 1 point to 1 point. Unfortunately, kiss my blowhole and say goodnight is not the answer.
But I
you write
feel
that
like
one?
Jimmy,
Yeah.
because
You
you know
did a
how
good job.
Jimmy,
Thank you.
when he changes lyrics live, I
Yeah.
think he would have changed it to that.
Oh, yeah.
Do dolphins
Or
have
the fourth
blowholes?
one. Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course
What
they
else,
do.
what else would they have?
Sorry, I mean,
Gills?
They're
Trust
pretty
me.
smart though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart enough to have a blowhole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you put one?
Behind my neck,
Mm.
like back of my.
Don't we all have blowholes?
Well, not for oxygen.
Oh yes. For consuming alcohol though.
Yes.
I'm sure I can't even comprehend what you guys are talking about. Fins was originally about the fins of metaphorical sharks.
Okay.
The song by Jimmy Buffett. Land sharks,
Mm-hmm.
actually. And they are men who attempt to pick up the woman who is the subject of the song.
Yep.
She is said to feel like a remora due to the proximity of the predators.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
guys around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they feel the blood in the water.
Construction
yeah.
site energy.
Jimmy had a way with words. You
Mhm.
know, land sharks, that turned into his beer brand.
Blood in the water tonight when we're
Yeah,
done
yeah.
with you.
Yeah, blood in the water. And his fans are actually known as
The Fin
Pufferheads.
Club.
pufferheads
Oh.
or
The Fin Club?
Potterheads.
potterheads, parrot heads,
Parrotheads. I knew
Parrot
it was like a
heads.
pea head.
Yes.
which is
Harry
one of
Potter.
those fan bases, you know, that have fun names.
Yes.
Another one
Mm.
would be the Grateful Dead. They
right.
have.
Gay
Dead
boys.
heads.
Deadheads.
Yep, close.
Yep.
Close.
Yeah.
Then there's Glee has
Gay boys.
The Gleeks.
Gleeks. Yeah. I'm gonna list a bunch.
okay.
Cool,
You guys just tell me which one's fake.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
From the rock group, hardcore rock group, Skillet.
Oh.
Yep. Yep.
Are there fans Are they named panheads? Next, Avatar. The
We're
movie,
deciding which one's wrong, right? Which one's fake. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Avatar has a fan base, and they call themselves Avatards.
Yep.
Benedict Cumberbatch has a fan base. They call themselves the Cumberbitches.
Okay.
Yep.
Eli Golding, Ellie Golding,
Ellie Goulding.
Yeah.
Ellie Golding. Her fans called themselves Gold Diggers.
Okay.
Kelly Rowland of the Trinity,
Yes.
Destiny's Child.
Come on.
Their fans call themselves the Rolling Stones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ed Sheeran, his fans call themselves Cheerios. Megan the Trainer, hers are called Megatrons.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty McCreery from
Scotty McCreery.
from American Idol fame.
Yep.
McCreerians.
Okay.
Clay Aiken, Claymates.
Yep.
Shakira naturally has Shocky fans. Timothy Chalamet has Shalamaniacs.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Man Group have Smurfheads. Dog Disciples, the faith-based motorcycle group, has Prairie Dogs.
Yep.
And most Trump voters are also known as racist.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just here.
They're all false.
They're all false.
I think they're all false. 100%.
They're all false. They're all real except for the Blue Man Group and the Dog Disciples faith-based motorcycle group, the Prairie Dogs.
Wait, so Skillet's fan base really is called Panheads?
Panheads, yes.
Which is-
Avatar are called Avatards.
Yeah.
And Navi Nation.
Yeah.
I don't know which.
Cheerios for Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. I mean, I like the panheads for Skillet because I also like panhead motorcycle, like pretty BA.
Okay, so you'd be down with the Dog Disciples faith-based motorcycle group called the Prairie Dogs.
Actually,
Prayer.
great idea.
I'm gonna
It
be
is.
honest with you. That's a great idea, but dude, that's just a great name. And the Dog Disciples is so tough.
Dog Disciples, yeah, because it's just God reversed.
Yeah.
So it kind of like goes under the radar, like we're faith-based.
Wow.
I've always said that God's actually a dog, but
Well, here's
nobody believes me.
Well, you meant DAWG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
That
Yeah.
dog.
And
big
for the
dog.
fourth question,
All right, he's quoting it from the heart because he put his
yeah,
phone
'cause I
away.
haven't heard it. Who's our favorite listener? Who's our favorite fan?
Wow.
Wrong answers only.
Wrong answers on Barack Obama. No, I'm gonna change mine. The guy that did the Oklahoma City bombing,
Yes.
I could see you.
Yes.
I could
Timothy
s-
McVeigh.
Yeah, but I mean, if you read his writings, it's not too far.
You think
off.
he'd be a fan of ours?
Who's a big fan? Yeah.
The
And
far right extremist
He made
Timothy
some-
McVeigh would
he
be a
made some
huge
points.
fan.
He
Yeah.
made some points.
Ron DeSantis loves this podcast.
Okay, the winner right here, Mr. Wilcox. Thank you for
Well done.
participating
Tied.
in that. I wish I had written another question, but I'm glad it ended where it did.
With Ron DeSantis.
You really had us on that the Hirashi
Yeah,
question. I
yeah.
didn't see that type of turnaround.
I had another question in mind, and then I looked at the clock and I was like, I got to wrap this question up.
I'm really thinking about if the game we should play instead is look at Josh's search history.
Typically here, in the history portion of our show, we cover like an individual or a place or
we
an
call
event.
it the haughty toddy.
The haughty. This is where like all the liberals tune in.
Yep.
And all the conservatives are like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I got my laughs at the quiz.
History exists up here in my brain.
History, as Brother Shane says, is early onset republicanism.
Yeah.
But so, considering the fact that the entire episode is in honor of Jimmy Buffett,
Yep.
we're going to just kind of do a rundown of his life, talk a bit about why.
Big life.
A great
Big
life,
life.
man. And
Big life.
this is what's fascinating is his name is actually James William Buffett,
Yep.
which is like so, compared to Jimmy Buffett,
Yeah.
it's very like, almost like classy, right?
I mean, I
James
could have gone
William.
with a Willie Buffett.
A Willie Buffett would have been great for country music, I feel like.
Yeah.
If he was doing like, instead of island music, like country music, Willie
We
Buffett
started
did.
out in country music.
True. There
A
you
lot
go.
of his Emmys are not Emmy, whatever their Grammys are in country.
Dove
'Cause
Awards.
Yeah.
Well,
The
he's like
teacher
he's a folk
becomes the
singer,
student
so-
here. Over
Right.
here.
So he was born on December 25th, Christmas Day. He was raised
cool.
in Mobile. He was actually born in Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Big fan.
Now here's okay. I actually have a little personal story about Pascagoula. when I was little, my mama would show me this video cassette of a singer songwriter named Ray Stevens. This is true.
Okay.
And Ray Stevens did like comedy songs, like
Go
spoof
ahead.
songs.
Yeah. Like Weird Al?
I swear on my life, that's what my note says.
No.
Like Weird Al. Does it not say
We're
that?
connected.
It does say like Weirdo.
Okay.
Go
We're
on.
connected.
Yeah.
This is late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
But in one of these songs, he sings about a squirrel getting possessed by a demon and going berserk in a small country church called Pascagoula. This, I swear on my, this is
Okay.
all real.
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in an interview in 1988, Ray Stevens said he chose Pascagoula as the city for the song because no one's ever heard of it, and that's where my hero Jimmy Buffett was born.
Oh, wow. And it's like
Wow.
pass a ghoul, and a ghoul
Like
is
a
like
ghost.
a demon.
Like
Yes.
right, absolutely.
Spooky.
So but literally, I remember being 8 and being such a Ray Stevens fan and going, "Who's Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah,
Like, why do
true.
I care where this guy's born?
Get him.
I don't even know." But I was a child; I didn't know any better. And so, but in all seriousness, it's really difficult to name other folks who've had such an impact on Florida culture, like Jimmy Buffett has.
Yep.
Like,
Can't name one.
no, honestly, like it's when people think of like, oh, that's so Florida.
Yeah.
It's typically stuff that like he pushed and promoted
100%.
in the
Oh, yeah.
70s
Yeah,
and
yeah,
80s.
yeah.
Like it's his.
Especially Keys. If you say the Keys.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
most
he's
people
the
imagine
Keys.
all of Florida looking like the Keys.
True, yeah.
Which is like why this works so
Yeah,
well.
Windows screensaver really screwed us.
Oh, bad, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
so bad.
Really bad.
Come on. Yeah.
But from music to clothing to sometimes just overall like attitude and persona,
Lifestyle.
the lifestyle, right? The amount of people who in modern day Florida, specifically Southern Florida, they base their personality on Jimmy, and it's
Whites.
wild. Yeah, we're talking about
Whites.
white people. Just in case you're wondering.
Yeah. That tracks. That tracks.
Yeah.
But no, his personality is ingrained in our state, specifically Key West, which is known as Margaritaville.
Oh, is it? They changed the name?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the flip flop mo there. But Key West holds a special place in Jimmy Buffett's work. He moved to Key West in the early 70s, and he found inspiration kind of in this laid back tropical vibe,
Yep.
island
Nice.
vibe. And the song Margaritaville, which is like arguably his most
Yeah.
recognizable, his most
I
famous,
mean, we could sing it if we needed to.
if we needed to, but I think everybody knows it
Yeah, it'd be just.
for the most part.
There he goes.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan's swaying back and forth.
Dude,
man.
I-
Well, I
Island
think it's
lifestyle,
copyrighted. We
my-
couldn't even sing it.
No,
we
no,
did
no.
sing it,
Just
and,
like
and Spotify
landlocked.
pulled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you
my
guys-
hips are singing it right now. Though,
Come
let me tell you.
on,
You get a
yeah,
little-
they are. But no, so it's often associated with like the relaxed atmosphere, the margaritas, the carefree lifestyle. His association with the island is so strong that most people often refer to him as the mayor of Key West.
True.
Okay.
The guy's never been a politician in
I
his
could see
life,
that. Yeah.
but he's such a culture setter.
Mhm.
Is if you said to somebody, "Oh yeah, he was mayor at one point in time," they'd be like, "Oh, I believe that."
100%.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
But he built one of the most loyal fan bases known to man, which
Yeah.
I'm glad that was part of the quiz because this is what I wanted to touch on
Yep.
is the parrot heads.
Big, yeah.
Okay, so it started in the 70s. His fans began calling themselves the parrot heads, and these people would literally like become Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like they would take on his persona, and which is so interesting to me because I have a hard time finding other fan bases where it's like they are dressing exactly like him and
Yeah.
saying like, "Oh no, I want to be like Jimmy."
It's
like
also, if you had to pick a persona,
it's
it's
chill.
a very casual
Yeah, it's chill. It's
persona to
upper-
mirror.
yeah.
I'm just going to be chill.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
be,
man.
I'm gonna drink easy drinks all day.
Yep.
Easy.
We're gonna hang out.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: they would wear outfits that look just like Jimmy.
Because nobody's going, I'm just like Gorbachev.
No one's doing that.
Yeah.
not
it's
anymore.
too strict.
Yeah.
Too militant.
My
Yeah,
papa
yeah.
did
yeah.
during the Cold
that
War.
didn't lead them in the right direction.
No.
During the Cold War.
Yeah, he was. He fought for the wrong side.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah, he wasn't a
Americans.
patriot. It's embarrassing for my family. But I have 4 papas.
Yeah.
So only one of them was a Soviet. But here's the thing: so they would show up to the venue 12 to 15 hours early
For
and
what?
and hold what
There's
they.
another concert happening.
I know.
You're
They-
15 hours early?
Hell yeah.
They would hold
We're
what
all
was
retired.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Oh, true.
They would hold what was called Margarita Streetville parties.
Oh, annoying.
I'm so sorry, Margaritaville street parties. Not-
Both work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which essentially is a tailgate party that was like 11 hours long.
Okay.
Okay,
Would you
so
rather have the parrot heads or the dead heads, you know?
I think parrot heads.
Yeah. Parrot heads.
I
for
think
sure.
parrot heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for the local economy, though.
Well, both of them are actually upwardly mobily financially when you're speaking about it. Most deadheads are,
I feel
Kinda
like
rich.
I feel like it's
Choking up.
two
Yeah.
sides of the same coin, almost.
Yeah.
Same
One's
thing.
alcohol, one's weed. Hey, man.
Same demo.
Yeah.
But so here's an example. I want to give an example of this like Margaritaville street party.
Yeah, give it to us.
It was at a Jimmy Buffett show in Chicago. Okay.
Mm.
Big parrot heads up there?
Apparently, because at this concert in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
in the parking lot, there were multiple beach volleyball games happening.
Okay.
Which
They trucking their own sand?
I guess
Oh,
so.
they are trucking their own.
They're trucking their own
Wow.
sand to Windy City,
Okay.
blowing
wow.
all over the parking
Twin
lot.
City, baby.
Right. It's an.
I thought that was Minneapolis.
Yeah,
Same difference.
that's what he's saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's estimated that 475 trucks were
What?
giving away free margaritas at this show in Chicago.
Okay,
So you could go around to this tailgate party and all the drinks were free.
of course.
There were like this many like margarita stations, 475. There were 10 tattoo artists giving away Jimmy Buffett themed tattoos.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I need a Jimmy Buffett
yeah,
tattoo.
I could do that.
But here's the thing, though, it would make sense to me if you were like, oh yeah, like they did a show in Key West or a show in Miami or a show, well, even in Tampa, I would go, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But like Chicago,
feels
like,
yeah.
like the culture is like around Jimmy was so like thick, so honest to Jimmy that no matter where it was in the United States, they would show up and bring like that Jimmy vibe, that Margaritaville
Wow.
vibe to the city.
okay.
The beach volleyball and the tattoos, that's a rager
Yeah, it is.
to me. But no, the interesting thing for us, I think, is that most of Jimmy's fans, the Parrot Heads, like we said earlier, they're like our parents' age.
Oh, easily.
I
yeah.
mean, that's it's a cultural thing kind of for that.
Retired. Yeah.
Yeah, for that generation. So they would throw these ragers and then get up and just be normal humans the next
Yeah.
day. Like it's
Try to FaceTime the grandkids, but you
Yeah.
can't.
been playing beach volleyball all night.
No,
Drinking
they're going
margaritas.
25 and a 50. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, Ben.
But when you think about the impact these shows would have on cities, like what Jimmy was basically doing when he would like tour is he would bring Florida to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
This is true.
Which is why a lot of folks to this day we're feeling the ramifications on our show. When we ask people questions about Florida, they will directly quote us things Jimmy Buffett has like pushed and manifested, even though it's incorrect. It's not accurate.
Yeah.
That's what they know of Florida because of him, and they don't even realize why they think it. It's just he was that big on our culture. But what I love about him is, and we experience this a lot on our show, where when we're educating folks about our state, you know, like and these folks who do amazing cultural things, what I love is when they're also like involved in the important stuff. Not that like art isn't important, but like Jimmy, he did a ton outside of music,
Oh, yeah.
which is in January of 1985, he launched a restaurant chain called Margaritaville, which
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have partaken.
I have. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah.
I do just want to state something as you're talking about Margaritaville really
Yeah,
quick.
because you brought it up in the headlines earlier.
Well, this is what I wanted to kind of leave this for the end. This is how he structured his business. It is owned by Margaritaville Holdings LLC, a subsidiary of Cheeseburger Holdings Company LLC,
Okay.
with located in the Caribbean. Like
Okay.
that's what I'm talking
they're
about.
skating
I'm sorry.
taxes.
You just
under-
described Jimmy Buffett.
if legal documents come across my desk and it says you're being sued by Cheeseburger LLC, I'm gonna shred them. There's no way.
Cheeseburger Holdings.
Yeah, Cheeseburger
easily.
Holdings.
No, so good. But you know, like I imagine him just like partaking in God's goodness, having a couple drinks, and they're like, "What do you want to name your company?" He's like, "Hear me out,
Hear me out.
Cheeseburger
Yeah.
Holdings." You know, like
They're
what's
like you can't.
but I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
a billionaire.
yeah.
I do what I want.
Yeah.
He launches Margaritaville in '85, and it's a great place, right? It's awesome. Everything on the menu is named after one of his songs, which is really funny.
Oh, okay.
But it didn't take long for the restaurant's success to like go sky high, and as a result, Jimmy launches 2 spin-off restaurants. He launches JWB Prime Steak and Seafood, which is
Haven't heard. of
that's
that.
a higher class.
Is
It's a
it?
higher
Okay.
Into
level.
a JWB?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't.
James Warren Buffett?
No.
Yeah. JWB Prime Steak and Seafood.
Just a Burned Steakhouse and a Ruth Chris for me.
An
I don't
Outback.
go to- Well, yeah, of course.
and he also
That's
launched another brand called 5 O'Clock Somewhere Bar and Grill.
Okay.
So
I could see
total,
that.
there are 31 official Jimmy Buffett bar / eateries in Florida. but I have to say official because there are hundreds of unofficial
Oh yeah.
Jimmy Buffett bars in our state.
Really?
And it's these like roadside bars that like without asking for permission, without
Yeah.
licensing anything,
Yeah.
just call it like Jimmy Buffett bar or whatever.
Ah,
yeah.
nice.
And folks will show up because
course.
again, it's part of the culture.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's just
And
kind
it's easy to decorate. I mean, we talked about going to a Marshalls earlier.
oh yeah, there
you
you
could
go.
decorate
Tier
a
one
whole
imports.
Jimmy buffet. Buffet.
Yeah, easily.
Well,
With a
And
Marshalls.
while we're on the subject, what a missed opportunity, right?
yeah.
Thank you. That's
What
what
a-
I was
what
trying
a
to get
missed
at.
opportunity.
That's why
You
I
got a
misspoke,
buffet.
just
Yes,
so that you could
come
bring it
on.
up. I'm not
You
thinking
know.
about food.
We rehearsed that.
Yeah.
Well, okay. To be fair, how
Mhm.
our generation has an issue with kratom. The generation, like every place is like a CBD kratom, whatever vape juice store.
Oh, baby.
That is off-brand Jimmy Buffett beach bars.
That's
in
true.
every beach city in Florida.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy gets it.
It's like the equate of Jimmy Buffett brand.
Oh yeah.
So he was one of the largest, philanthropists.
Restaurateurs.
Yeah.
Well, restaurateurs and philanthropists in
He
our
was a
state.
giver.
He's a giver,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
The guy loved our state. He believed in our state. Jimmy led the charge in environmental conservation, becoming one of the leading activists in wetland preservation. He was also heavily involved in Florida education, providing materials for inner city schools and underprivileged households, as well as funding music programs across the entire state.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And last but not least, anytime there was a natural disaster, mainly hurricanes, Jimmy and his company was always on the front lines when it came to like rescue efforts and repairs. So Cheeseburger Holdings
Yeah. So Jimmy and Cheeseburger Holdings would step up.
show up on the beach and be
Yeah.
like,
Make margaritas.
what do
Yeah.
you need? But no, like it's amazing when someone thinks of Florida's lifestyle, Florida's culture. Jimmy Buffett's obviously somewhere near the top of the list like, every
Easily.
single time.
He's an icon.
But he also loved our state. And that's what I
Yeah.
love about it is like he wasn't just like profiting off of like Florida culture. He was setting Florida culture
Yeah.
from an artistic standpoint. But then also like behind the scenes, this guy's funding education initiatives. He's
Mhm.
saving wetlands. Like
Yeah.
that's something that I think from a distance, a bird's eye view, looking at his brand, I wouldn't necessarily assume.
Oh,
right?
really?
Like when your persona is like kind of like stoner vibe, drink all
Yeah.
day, like
Yeah.
5 o'clock
Mhm.
somewhere. I wouldn't necessarily just go, oh, I bet this guy's passionate about saving the wetlands,
Yeah.
But he
no,
was.
that
He was an
interesting.
activist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I think is incredible. And to me, like, it makes me want to honor the king even more, you know, knowing that like he
Mhm.
put his money where his mouth was and he believed wholeheartedly in our state,
Yeah.
which I think is incredible, dude.
Are
Like,
you- do you think he should be knighted by the queen who's passed recently?
okay, so
He probably was.
I think he was Sir Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Really does,
Yeah.
honestly. No, we have sent an email to the King of England to see
Oh yeah.
if they could make it, if we could use our influence to
Yeah.
make
What's
it
the
happen.
king's name?
George,
James.
Fred,
Peach.
Who knows?
Barack. Episode what are we on? 247.
Oh man, we're getting close to 250.
My heart's palpitating
Spook
right
Street.
now. Spook Street, Scaryville. We got some spooky stuff coming for you in Halloween.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
book related, but it's not stories you tell, scary stories you tell in the dark.
let's
Is
just
that-
say
Dude, that cover was scary.
it was
with
the
that
whole
the skull with the
illustration.
Yeah,
the
with
skull with the
yeah.
pipe.
Yeah, but it looked like it had like a paper
Smoky.
mache wrapped over it. And it
Yes.
was
Yeah.
Very scary.
Yeah.
yeah.
Very scary. No, I just want to say we discovered the Book of the Dead here,
Oh
and
yeah.
we dug it up, and we're going to read it for the entire episode
Yeah.
250. Summon stuff into your homes. No, it's going to be spooky, man. You guys are going to love it. Patreon.com/FMOFM podcast is where you can find all the bonus material. Jordan Wilcox, you've been on a lot, man. You're a homie and one of the regulars. But is there anything you want to promote here at the end?
And if you want to promote our Patreon, that's perfectly okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There are a few things I'd like to promote. I'd
Go
just
ahead.
like to state the most expensive room you can stay in Key West at the Margaritaville Hotel is only
Okay.
$394.
That's
One,
not bad.
2,
That is
3.
a upper middle class great vacation.
Yes.
And that if that doesn't explain Jimmy Buffett, I don't know what does.
That's what I would
Wow.
I would call
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett upper middle class.
He
Easily.
was but he was keeping the middle class afloat and aspirational, and now
Who else
They
is
have
doing
no
that?
drive. Now it's Andrew Tate.
Oh, embarrassing. I don't like that at all.
just an
Yeah.
honest man. Beto O'Rourke, maybe? I don't know.
I can
Still
get
lives-
behind. He to me he screams Florida.
Ross Perot.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
got a Austin.
Ross, I'm not trying to get political, But if I saw Ross Perot in real life, I'd grab both of his ears as hard as I could.
I think he's.
I feel the same way
best.
about Putin.
Yes.
You couldn't take on Putin. You're a big boy.
No, you see Putin, you go, got your nose.
I think I
And
would.
then just see what he
Oh,
does.
no.
That big honker,
Yeah.
as an American, I would put both my fingers up his nose.
Okay.
He just seems like a guy that doesn't, like, you're not allowed to tease, but he kind of lets you. He's like, oh, only he can get
No.
away
Because he's
with
going to
it.
kill you.
Since we're
Yeah.
talking about
Afterwards. He'll
teasing
poison
for
you.
pleasure, I think
Huh?
the lead man in North Korea,
Oh, Kim Jong-un?
I think he likes to be teased, and it would be a lot of fun.
That's
you ever
why he
see
cut
his
his hair
little,
like that?
You see his little silly smile when he does interviews and stuff?
Oh,
Like when
okay,
people are like, "Oh, we're starving," and he's like,
Yeah.
"Me."
Yeah. Or when he beats the national team at basketball.
Oh yeah! Did you see? I saw a video the other day. He sits down in a plane
Yeah.
and flips through the manual and goes, shakes his head, and then they take off. But in the corner, you can see the other pilot's hand. You can see they didn't
Okay.
crop it out far enough. So he
Perfect.
flips through the manual and goes, "I got it."
Yeah.
And then the plane takes off, and it's
Yeah.
so good.
Dude, I wish people would make propaganda about me, like just about how good I am at
Oh,
stuff.
we can do that.
and-
Oh, you want us to for the episode promo?
Yeah, that would be great.
Let's do it, bro.
Let's go.
It's amazing.
Great.